Guildford Dragon, checking in with candidates and locals at the Guildford local elections 2026.
So I didn't vote. I think it's probably more nationwide issues really than local. I think it's probably the theme. But it's probably the usual stuff that you've heard of before. It's taxes, cost of living, what style am I going to do? So they're the main, probably the common gripes that I have that everyone else has really. But I didn't vote in the local ones though.
Are you interested in Starmer's leadership being contested? Do you think he needs to go? Do you think he should stay?
I think, well, he's had quite a few problems one after the other, isn't he? That doesn't really make him look good. I just think he just doesn't. I don't think he's a very strong, competent leader. I think that's my main gripe with him, really. I don't think he's someone you can get behind and he sort of flip-flops around on issues and makes something then changes his mind. I don't think you have to just get rid of people just like that, but I would like someone a bit stronger, really, I think.
Do you think that will require voting for a different party, or do you think you would happily vote Labour if they changed leader?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't vote. No, probably not Labour. I think they. We just need more people in government that have more sort of business sense and sense about. I just think because we run a small business and the taxes and they're just trying to get you at left, right, and centre with obviously things like dividend rate and obviously inflation doesn't help at all. So someone that's going to be a bit more minded for the small business as well, because I think they really try and I don't feel like they support it very much at all.
Reform talk a lot about small businesses. Is that a vote you're kind of excited about? They're coming up.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, they've got some other things that are a bit scary as well. I'm not big. I quite like Farage's confidence and stuff like that, but obviously he could be another Trump, couldn't he? So got to be very careful with that. I think not just voting for the personality for the sake of it, but I don't think anyone's great. To be honest with you, I don't back anyone that. I don't look at anyone and go, oh, I think we should really get behind them. Whatever party it is, I just don't. I've lost a bit of faith in everyone, really, unfortunately.
Maybe it'll be you.
Could be me, yeah. I think we need to try and. The economy is just getting. Yeah, just need to grow it. It keeps shrinking. Not shrinking, but it's just not growing as fast as it should do. And just trying to promote growth rather than sort of defence mode the whole time, really.
My name's Juliana Burrows. I voted for the Liberal Democrats. I've always voted for the Liberal Democrats in Guildford, and I guess it's because the values match mine. And I've seen some evidence of particularly George Potter in the area, who's getting involved in helping things along, popping up on Facebook and local groups, etc. So I've been quite pleased with that.
Great. Do you know which ward that's in? Like which ward you voted in?
Merrow and Burpham. I'm not exactly sure where the boundaries are now. I have to confess. But yeah, it's that area, Merrow, Burpham.
Awesome. And on that note, what do you think of a reorganisation? Do you think it's a good thing? Do you know much about it?
I've read a little bit about it, but I couldn't say I would understand why it's been done or what the pros and cons are. I'm not really that well versed in it.
Yeah, it's kind of part of a government plan to create efficiencies and deal with the massive debt that's built up by kind of spreading it out, basically. So some people think it's great and some people not so much.
Well, I guess we've inherited some of the Woking debt, haven't we? So that's not a great thing. But as an ex-Woking resident, I feel for them, really.
Yeah, you can see both sides of the coin.
I think so, yeah.
And what kind of issues were you voting on in your ward or in your local area? Any national issues at all?
No, I think it's more of a general feeling of I don't think in my whole life I would ever vote Conservative or Labour or Reform. So it kind of leads it naturally to the Liberal Democrats.
Yeah, I'm standing for the Reform Party in the Horsleys. It's going to be tough. I think the local residents' association are very, very strong. The Lib Dems always get a good vote round here as well. So probably not expecting to win, to be honest, but I think we're going to do a lot better than we did last time. So that's really positive. Reform vote's been increasing everywhere, and I think here's no different. I think we're just getting stronger and stronger sort of all over nationwide, really, yeah.
What do you think the reform vote means for the UK in a wider sense?
I think it's... I think locally I would say it's more sort of about accountability, expenditure, things like that. People want more accountability around public spending, I would say.
And I suppose that's very important here with the reorganisation and the debt. How do you see that panning out if reform get in terms of wards and councillors?
Yeah, I think spending would definitely come down with a reform government, and I think if you look at nationally where reform have been in, expenditure has been less, and also although council tax is going up everywhere, if you look at the averages, reform have put up council tax less than the national average. So.
Right. And where is the main kind of revenue coming from in reform in Guildford's strategy if councillors are voted in? Is that kind of government money or council tax or...?
I would say council tax mostly, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And what kind of issues would you say your electorate is voting on in your ward?
Again, I'd say mostly it's expenditure and accountability. I think most people I've spoken to have been concerned about the high expenditure. I think there also is, particularly amongst the reform support, there's the kind of view that potentially a reform vote could lead to maybe Keir Starmer potentially having to step down if Labour do bad enough. That's what some people have told me as well, yeah.
People do seem to be voting on quite a lot of national issues.
I would say more than any other local election that I've seen, people are thinking nationally as well. I mean, there obviously is people talking about local things, and like I say, the expenditure things come up a lot, but I think there's also the view that if Labour do badly enough, then potentially it could affect government change, and that Keir Starmer might have to step down.
So you think a lot of your electorate is gunning for Keir Starmer to be removed from post?
I think the reform vote, definitely, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm Vicky Barlow, and I'm here today because I've been at the count. I just popped up for a few minutes, and I have spent the last goodness knows how many weeks delivering leaflets, and I spent most of yesterday at the polling stations telling. It's Castle Ward I live, which is part of Guildford South East Division.
Right, so a Lib Dem stronghold. Are you expecting a victory?
Well, you can't expect, but we're hoping. We have a Lib Dem county councillor, so we're hoping, yes.
Excellent. What issues do you think that the Lib Dem electorate has been voting on this local election?
I think the build-up of debt by Surrey County Council, and also Woking Borough Council under Conservative administrations. So we're very much hoping that Conservatives will not win the new West Surrey Unitary Authority. We don't believe they can be trusted.
Are you thinking there will be a Liberal Democrat majority in West Surrey?
We are hoping that is a very likely yes, thank you.
Great. And what about this debt? Do you think that it was even wise to hold these elections before the debt was sorted out, or?
That's up to central government. Central government chose to postpone our elections last year. They have chosen this year to impose the new unitary authority on us. We had no choice.
Are you a fan of the reorganisation?
I think there are pros and cons. We'll have to wait and see. The idea that it will save money is now widely discredited.
Well, I'm an immigrant, and then I legally came here. I was a student before, and then after that I applied for my skilled worker visa, paid a lot of tax, doing hard work, and I bring my family here. So I just want that something good works for me, because I totally agree some of the parties are working with illegal migrants and things like that. So in this whole election, the most important thing that is affecting me, that is like for myself, first I want to look towards me, what is going to affect me. So if I'm doing hard work and I am like outsider, so before that I always get good support. I'm very happy, and I proudly share my feelings and my views with out of the world, like how UK people are British are helping us out, supporting us and giving us all the rights that they like we should as a human being should get here. But I don't know after this election whoever's going to win that, they should do work for British people. It's good, but they should little bit gives us some chance to survive here. Otherwise, it's become difficult for us to living day-to-day life and doing activities. And if, for example, if after these elections we are going to suffer something like that, which like going to affect the legal immigrants and then our life, and we can go to the depression or stuff like that, and that it can affect our family. It's obviously, if, for example, we will not get a chance here, we will move to the another country, or we will go back to our own country. But like if we are getting education and getting good skills, everyone is having good right to live nicely and then happily a place where they can. So good luck for all the British people and everyone and all the parties. The only thing is that they should consider all those people who are doing hard work, paying tax, and then helping. They should help us too for all these ways.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing your opinion. Which party do you think is doing the most for immigrants in your ward?
Everyone is having little bit like drawbacks, like for immigrants, if I just talk about the immigrants. But as I can see that the Reform is going to win, they are already gain a lot of seats there. So I think so everyone is having good and the bad points there, and they will go to the discussion and things like that they can going to affect that things.
And which ward is that Reform are winning in? Is that your ward?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Which one is that?
Reform.
Oh, and what's the ward called? So which area is it?
I think so here in Guildford. I just vote here. I don't know more about elections here because.
Yeah.
But I think so if the Reform is going to do work with the illegal immigrants, and I think so they will give some preference to the legal migrants too. So I'm just my vote for the Reform.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Have a great day.
And thank
Thanks.
You so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's quite an interesting turnout this time. It's lots of split votes, and the fact that Reform are doing particularly well across the board. I'm an independent with R4GV.
Okay. And what issues do you think the voters are looking at this time round?
I think they're doing a major protest vote against the government, actually. Turning a local election into trying to turn a local election into a national election, which of course it is.
Yeah. National issues, do you think that Keir Starmer's leadership or immigration could be some of those? Defence maybe?
Could be. Don't really know, but yeah.
Right. I guess it's more challenging being a more independent candidate. Have you found that campaigning's been interesting?
Campaign's been good, actually. Going around, speaking to people, very, very welcoming. Yeah, so that's good.
Yeah. A lot of people, I think, are expecting a Lib Dem majority in West Surrey. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that's likely, or?
It's possible. I really couldn't say at the moment. You never know, do you, until all the votes are counted.
Yeah. I wonder if I could trouble you for your thoughts on the reorganisation, actually. That's been a really contentious thing around here. Do you know much about it?
Yeah, unfortunately. I think it's costing millions and millions and millions that could have been spent on other things. So, I mean, to split Surrey into two and not three, I think was wrong. And the fact that it's been rushed in Surrey. We didn't have to go in the first tranche, and everyone's running around like nobody's business because it's chaotic. I hate to think what the West Surrey Council is going to be like, actually, because it's going to be totally disorganised for about 2 years already.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a year to get there, right? It will only kick in around this time next year.
That's right. So, who knows?
Yeah.
I'm Andy Geist, a member of the Labour Party in Guildford. I'm part of the executive and currently the disability officer for Guildford Labour Party. I've campaigned as a campaigner to hopefully get people elected over the last 20 years, giving out leaflets, knocking on doors, saying to people, what would you want your local councillor to do if you elected one? What issues are important to you? And what would you want from us? Bearing in mind that the composition of any council it's important that everyone is represented. Labour, Liberal, Reform, Conservative, Greens, independents, ratepayers, people, anyone that really wants to stand and help a society move forward.
Do you think proportional representation is a good thing then?
I supported proportional representation for many years. It's currently not on the Labour Party horizon, but it would give a much fairer, equal spread of folks. A council that is devoid of any socialist input is very poor. It needs that dynamic to make it work. It needs those questions of what you're doing. Why, for instance, we've got 300 council houses that aren't quite ready for occupation. Why we're not looking together to work more in cooperation. Why we aren't, I'm part of the Co-op Party as well. Why we're not forming as cooperators, working in harmony, accepting everyone has got a tremendous amount to give, tremendous amount of skills, and we're all the same. We've all got to work together. That is perhaps the message the Labour Party isn't giving forward, of actually saying we have had some problems with 14 years of previous administration. We have got things to put right. We've tried to explain to you how these things have worked, but we've not perhaps listened to us, or we've not put them over in a way that you've understood. We are committed to actually make this country a better country. We are committed to make your life better and improve your standard of living. We are committed to you to work together. We don't appreciate the disharmony